So coming up next, we have a favorite musician of ours, Kathy Stack from Salt Springs Island, British Columbia. And you can get a glimpse of her just over there. She's got this cool folding guitar that you can fly with.
It just went boing.
It just went ping. We were a little concerned, but it's in good working order. Kathy not only is a songwriter, singer, musician, but she also has been a fish packer for 31 years on the coast of BC and southeast Alaska. And we'll get out of her way while she finishes setting up. Please welcome Kathy Stack.
Hi. This is a new guitar for me, so I'm it's carbon fiber. I've never played one. It travels really well, so okay. I'm going to start with a song called Ripple Rock. As Jonathan said, I worked on the coast of BC and up into Alaska for 31 years for herring and salmon, and we traveled a lot. We brought the fish from where the fishermen were fishing to the canneries in Vancouver and Prince Rupert. And I went through Seymour Narrows, which is a narrow passageway between Vancouver Island and Quadra Island, hundreds of times at all stages of the tide, and it can be a really nasty place. I can't imagine what it was like before 1958 when there was a rock smack dab in the middle called Ripple Rock, and I'm really grateful to the fellows that blew it up. It killed a lot of people. Through Seymour Narrows, take my hat off to those dynamite men who risk their lives to make it safe to travel for sailors and fishermen. Like Lorelei, it lurked beneath the water. It tore the bellies from 100 ships. It swallowed more than 100 sailors among the whirlpools and the tidal rips. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. Folks in Campbell River felt the shock. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. For 1,000 nights and 1,000 dark days, miners blasted their weary way. They tunneled down through Maud Island under the channel where the Twin Peaks lay. They filled Old Rip with high explosive, with just one chance to blow it all away. They waited till the tide was racing and held their breath on that April day. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. Folks in Campbell River felt the shock. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. With a mighty roar, the rock erupted, shooting pieces a mile in the air. We all cheered the grinning miners. That menace is no longer there. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. They blew the top off a Ripple Rock. Folks in Campbell River felt the shock, 'cause they blew the top off a Ripple Rock. They blew the top, they blew the top, they They blew the top off a ripple, ripple, ripple. They blew the top off a ripple rock. This song's about someone else I'm grateful to, Alexander Morton, who's been studying the effects of farm fish on the wild stocks, which has just been devastating in her area, which is called the Broughton Archipelago. We packed fish out of there before the fish farms came, and everywhere you looked, there'd be a salmon in the air. And after they came, not so much. And she advocates the use of closed containment systems on land for fish farms. Hope she gets her wish. Pink salmon were everywhere before the fish farms came. They jumped so joyful in the air, and they'd splash like heavy rain. Pink salmon were everywhere. Now they're almost gone. They did not vanish in thin air. We know what's going on. Why can't they see it? It's obvious. What will it take? In the Broughton Archipelago, is it too late? Is it too late? Pink salmon would bump your legs if you waded in the stream. In their millions they laid their eggs in the gravel bed of dreams. Pink salmon hatch in the spring, and they head out for the sea. They have to pass through fish farm nets, those perfect sea lice hatcheries. Why can't they see it? It's obvious. What will it take? In the Broughton Archipelago, is it too late? Is it too late? Take your poison pens out of our ocean. I put them on the land. Why can't they see it? It's obvious. What will it take? In the Broughton Archipelago, is it too late? Is it too late? Pink salmon are tiny then, the scales are not quite formed. They make an easy meal for lice who suck the life right out of them. DFOs say they have no proof. Fish farms do real harm. Alexander Morton shows us they're dead wrong. Why can't they see it? It's obvious. What will it take? In the Broughton Archipelago, is it too late? Is it too late? Take those poison pens out of our ocean. So this is for a friend of mine, Long John Secord, who was a gill netter. He had a boat called the Silver Trident. He lived on Cortez Island, British Columbia, and he would deliver his fish to us, and he'd always have more fish than anybody. And when it came time to party, he partied longer and harder than anybody. He was a real character. Our band played on Cortez Island, and we thought we were finished at 1 a.m. He bribed us to play till 3. That's crazy. Anyway, he and 8 other men and women lost their lives in the hurricane off Vancouver Island that was forecast to be a gale. So this is for them. "12th of October, 1984. Johnny and his friends were fishing chum on the western shore. Vancouver Island winds get tricky that time of year. The weatherman said, just a gale, don't you fear. Johnny was a hard-living, hard-loving, hard-fishing man. Johnny was a hard-drinking, hard-driving, hard-fishing man. Johnny was near Cape Cook when it started to blow. With the water in the air, 100 feet or more. Wind screamed in the rigging like a banshee on the moor. The seas were crazy mountains, the wind became a roar. Johnny was a hard-living, hard-loving, hard-fishing man. Johnny was a hard-drinking, hard-driving, hard-fishing man. You think a man would curse his fate when he knew that he would drown? He calmly keyed the microphone. Boys, we're going down. Johnny was a hard-living, hard-loving, hard-fishing man. Johnny was a hard-drinking, hard-driving, hard-fishing man. We found the Silver Trident in pieces on the shore. We shed a tear for John and crew out on the ocean floor. Coast-wide friends gathered for an all-night party. We sent him on the way he lived, so wild and free. Johnny was a hard-living, hard-loving, hard-fishing man. Johnny was a hard-drinking, hard-driving, hard-fishing man. Gonna miss you, John. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.